My name is Will Preston, and I'm a member of the investment research team at Fenimore Asset Management. The first weekend of May is typically reserved for Berkshire Hathaway's annual shareholder meeting. It is a time when our research team takes a pilgrimage out to Omaha to network with like-minded investors and listen to Warren and Charlie discuss Berkshire Hathaway, the economy, business, and America. In fact, our founder and chairman, Tom Putnam, has been attending this meeting in person for over 30 years. Now, the meeting could not take place this year as scheduled due to restrictions placed around travel and large gatherings in an effort to help slow the spread of the virus. However, we were fortunate that Warren hosted an annual shareholder meeting in an online format and still took questions from shareholders. I want to spend just a few brief moments to talk about 4 takeaways that our research team had from this year's annual shareholder meeting. The first is long-term optimism, the second is short-term caution, the third is airline investments, and the fourth is the banking environment. The first, long-term optimism. Warren has always been a bull on America, and he remains convinced, now as ever, that America will continue to prosper in the long run. In fact, he spent the first hour of his presentation discussing wealth creation over a time frame of America that included the Civil War, the Great Depression, 2 world wars, a financial recession, and several other prior pandemics. And in all instances, America emerged stronger than it did entering. The second is short-term caution. We see Warren probably more cautious in the near term than we ever have before, and this is driven by the disruption and unpredictable changes the virus has had in our way of life in just the last few months. And over the next 6 months or so, our behavior will be almost entirely predicated on the virus. In fact, what Warren's probably most concerned about is the impact a second shutdown in the fall would have on the consumer psyche, as the consumer remains a huge part of the American economy. The third takeaway is Warren's investment in the airline industry, or now, lack thereof. Warren Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway was the largest investor in the U.S. airline industry. Berkshire Hathaway had about a 10% stake across the 4 largest domestic carriers. In April, he sold out of his entire position. His rationale was simple. The outlook is not nearly as positive as it was just 3 months ago. During the current shutdown, it's very uncertain how long these will last. And when we do emerge from shutdowns, measuring the level of consumer demand is very uncertain. And of course, once we do emerge with likely lower levels of consumer demand, there's likely going to be an excess supply of airlines and airline seats, which has historically led to pricing competition. And pricing competition is not good for a very high fixed cost industry. The fourth takeaway is the banking environment. In 2008-09 being the most recent recession, on everyone's mind is how the banks are holding up today. 2008-09 was very different. It was a financial recession and a financial crisis. This is a healthcare crisis, much more akin to a natural disaster. The banks are in much better shape today than they were in 2008-09. They are way better capitalized, they have a much better credit quality, and with the Fed backstopping multiple lending channels, the banks and their customers have significant access to liquidity to better weather this tumultuous time. I hope you found these takeaways somewhat insightful, and I want to thank you for your time. And of course, if you need to connect with us and our research team, we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you.